Hey guys, welcome to the Run Differently podcast. I'm your host, Ruben Gutierrez, and alongside me are Caden Neal, Matthew Wolf.
What's up?
And we're just here. We're just going to talk about real things. I don't know what these guys got going on this week. I know they're busy. They got a lot of homework, so we're going to keep it short and brief. I got some homework too I got to get done.
Yep.
So yeah.
Real spiel.
Yeah, dude, I heard you went to a haunted house last night, Caden.
Okay. Yeah, I
We're
did.
just going to jump right into
All
it.
right.
Yeah.
So, I went to a haunted house last night. That's been the highlight of my life this past week outside of school, just homework and whatnot. I have not been to a haunted house in a long time, but I went to one here. It's called Myers Inn in Carthage, Missouri. And it was weird.
Bro,
Yeah?
ain't that like demonic though? If like you go to haunted houses, that's like everybody's like...
Well, you said it was weird. What was weird about it?
I think the weirdest part about it was not gonna jump too deep into things, but I just find it interesting when you go to these haunted houses. It is literally a bunch of adults dressing up behind a clown mask to try and scare a bunch of little kids, and sometimes it gets really weird. That's
Okay.
the weird part.
Okay,
is 'cause
yeah.
the things they do for the attention or the
Yeah.
scare is interesting.
Yeah, dude, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I would like just make it. I actually do it. Like I just make a joke out of it. All.
Yeah.
Like, anytime I'm
Mhm.
walking through it, I'm
Like,
like,
chill out,
"Oh."
bro. All right.
Like
Yeah.
I'll talk to them, or I'll be like, "Hey, yo, guy in the back of the line, Caden Neal."
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
so they'll start saying his name in the back as we're walking through.
Yeah.
yeah.
But no, I never knew how to like. How do you take that? Like I don't know. I feel like I've had a lot of conversations with just people on campus and like even like online. Like you look it up, like Halloween's like demonic or like Halloween's like this thing. I don't know. I don't know too much about it. I mean, other than like. It used to be like known as like All Saints Day and kind of like you know what I'm talking about. Have you guys ever heard of that?
Yeah, it wasn't like All Hallows Day was for saints, but it was something like Halloween was like the day before that. And like, I don't really know the history of it,
Yeah,
truthfully,
yeah.
but I have heard there is some like demonic undertones and stuff of like in spite of or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I clueless. Can't lie. Just grew up trick or treating,
Yep.
haunted houses. You know, Halloween. I mean, on my dad's side, they're very anti-Halloween, and so
Like always have been, even when you
oh,
were okay.
yeah. No,
Gotcha.
that's the devil's holiday.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? And so like,
No trick or treaters, no take ones.
man, I came to grandma's house and said trick or treat, and she said, "Boy, get in here."
You start getting
Dang.
holy water on you. And
Yeah.
start
Yeah, and so
she
I
starts
mean,
burning incense.
yeah, dude, it was wild. And so like that's the most that I mean, of course, the time that we're living in, you know, as young adults, we live in like this new woke age. So like you're hearing more about just spirituality and all
Yeah.
those things. And
Yeah.
a lot of that starts to, you know, pop up when you get around these, you know, holidays of Halloween and all the creepy stuff and spiritual. But
Yeah.
like growing up, the most I knew about it, I just seen it as a fun holiday until I, you know, would go to my grandparents' house and they'd be like, never really gave me much to know about why.
Oh,
it
they were
was
just kind of like, no,
demonic.
you can't do that.
Yeah, they just said it's the devil's holiday because of the way people dressed and
Yeah.
just apparently the heartbeat behind it all,
Mhm.
you know. But that's the most that I know about it. I know people feel some type of way around Ozark. Some people disagree. They're like, bro, it's just a haunted house. And then some people are like, oh, heavens no.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Bro, have y'all ever heard that like the comparison of like a haunted house to like a roller coaster comparison of like, oh, you're kind of like simulating like death like in a
Oh.
roller coaster, or like I've heard of it.
Okay.
I low key like agree with it to an extent. Like
yeah.
it's just like very like, hey, like a roller coaster kind of simulates like you're gonna die, and so like that's the thrill of it all. But then like in a haunted house,
Oh, like your
it's-
body's reaction, because
Yeah.
like your body mentally, you know,
yeah,
okay, I'm gonna come up after this dip in the roller coaster, but it's like your body's physically giving you that adrenaline to try to like. Okay, that's interesting. I haven't really thought of it that way.
Never heard it.
You never heard of it?
Nope.
No.
Yeah, it's like it's actually really fascinating, and then I don't know where I stand on it, to be honest. I don't think that like I'm not given this like haunted house like authority over my life, and so like I'm like when I go in there, like I'm just enjoying it. Like it's not like
So you guys have both been to one before then.
yeah, I've been to one. I've
Yeah.
been to one
Okay.
this year. I want to go.
Gotcha.
Myers-
I've never been to one.
Myers Inn.
I've never been to
Myers
one.
Can we take you to one and then like let's get your like feedback on it? Like,
I
next
see.
week?
I'm not opposed to like going because I wouldn't be opposed to going to like see what it's about,
Mm.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I have heard there are ones where like people put their hands on you.
Yeah,
That
you
one
gotta sound like a contract
Yeah.
for that.
I don't do that.
Matthew's a pretty big guy.
I was
all
about
right?
to say I just don't like. I'm like I got a bubble, and once you
Yeah.
get in that bubble, I get uncomfortable. But no, I'm not against. Like, here's the deal. I don't really know where I stand on it because I do think to one aspect, it's a fun. You know, I like going to a haunted house and getting this little scare. Like, I like watching like scary movies and stuff too. So I'm
The
like, it's
thrill
kind of
of
the
it,
same,
yeah.
like the thrill of whatever. It kind of puts you in that world. But I definitely do like kind of what you were saying. And as we're like growing up and becoming adults, I actually just had this conversation with my parents recently because my pastor from stage back home, he was talking about like warning parents, like be very cautious of like, the way that you celebrate Halloween. And I think to an extent, I think that's true.
Yeah.
Because what my parents were even telling me is like when I was a kid, it used to be like, yeah, I'd get dressed up and then we would go to like our friend's subdivision and we would walk through all the houses and do whatever and like get candy. But my dad was like, the older I got, like I kind of remember this, like the less we would do that because he was like, the more houses we ran into, there was like severed heads and stuff, and there was like these like massive demonic beings in front. And he was like, I didn't want to expose you to that as a kid. And that's also why, like, I think a lot of like churches now today do like trunk or treats because I think our culture has become so like okay with it.
Yeah.
And so I think my only contention to like why I wouldn't want to go to a haunted house was because I don't want to be okay with like everything that's going on in that realm. I kind of miss when Halloween was just fun.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I get it. Our church, they do treats, not tricks.
Okay,
It's similar to the trunk or treat idea. And I mean, you do make a great point just with how culture as a whole has created that, you know. Yeah, it's interesting to think about because as a kid, I do remember it was just, you know, scary masks. And
like I always like, I told my dad, I was like, I miss when Halloween, like my kids probably, I don't know if I hope they get something like this when it was like that Monster Mash type feel where it was like fun. It was like whatever. I remember in my elementary school, we used to do like a ropes course in our gym and it was like a haunted like Halloween type. It was like so much fun. Yeah. But I don't know if you could do that today. Because it is like we're so aware of, I think, more spiritual things. But I think for an evangelistic side, that's a good thing because people got thinking about it. Yeah. But on the other end, it's like, I don't know. I don't know.
Where do you draw the line with like legalism and all that?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It's definitely hard. I don't know. I mean, I kind of similar to Caden. I grew up in it, dude. Like I remember I was like in I don't remember what grade I was in, to be honest. But I went to like Universal Studios and it had like Halloween Horror Nights, and it's like basically what it is just like a big old. I wasn't trying to do like the 6, 7.
Yeah.
Time out. Hey, I was not.
He said 6 and I looked at Matthew. I'm like,
and we both. I was like, oh.
No, I wasn't trying to do all
sorry.
that.
Daily dose of brain rot.
We are grown men. We're like,
you guys
get giddy over 6, 7.
I wasn't even like thinking about it.
Oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm sorry.
No, we went to Halloween Horror Nights, and what it is just like Universal Studios, except there's haunted houses and the whole entire theme park's like like you could, like walking around like, so it was like the Purge. The theme was a Purge, so you had like the Purge like all through the streets and stuff, and it was sick. And so I love. I mean, it's my birth month, so like I love like Halloween, and it's like. But I'm not for all that like demonic stuff though.
But that's also interesting. So I do, like that's the thing. I do genuinely love Halloween. Like I love that like kind of fun feel to it.
You like to get the candy and eat it.
Yeah, 100%, dude.
Free candy.
That was what I say. Yeah. But I used to do that too. So I got like Six Flags in Amusement Park where I'm from in St. Louis. They used to do 6, 7 Flags. They used to do like Fright Fest or whatever it was, and my parents were cool with me going to that because I was thinking I was older and I understood. A little more. But yeah, I see what you're saying with that of like it's that fun kind of
just like that kind of nostalgic feeling.
Yeah, okay.
Like, you know what I mean, like you just enjoy it. But even like we used to do like costume parties at like my house and stuff like when I was a kid. Yeah. And so
what was your best costume?
I think I had like this like I don't even know. Like you guys ever heard like the Ghostface guy or whatever? Like
from Scream?
From Scream.
Yeah.
It was like his, but it was like a nice like I don't know like. It had like blood would like shoot up to the mask and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Or like Transformers, like a bumblebee. I think I had a bumblebee outfit one time. I don't know.
I was that guy who dressed up in those full body costume. The color they were just like it was a full body suit, and then they just had a bunch of different colors. And it just zip up from your feet to the top of your head. Yeah. And I just walk around with a neon green.
It's like a morph suit.
What are you? I'm green.
I'm green. Just flying through the neighborhood, bro. It was lit.
What are you supposed to be? Green, give me candy.
Green, yeah. Trick or treat, what are you? Trick or treat, yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. No, it is interesting to even just think about like the different like backgrounds
Mhm.
that everybody comes from. Because I mean,
Mhm.
if we're being honest, like where you grew up, literally just like
Yeah.
whether you wanted to or not, just kind of morphs the way you think and view
100%.
life as a whole. I mean, everybody can agree to that one. And so
Mhm.
it's interesting with Halloween though, because there's this understanding that it's like this is just fun, and people are like, it's nothing more than what it is. It's just a bunch of kids want to dress up
Mhm.
and get candy. But then there's this totally opposing side that's like, no, like we're allowing our children to be exposed to things
Yeah.
that
Sure.
Like that line with innocent fun and then like spiritual
Yeah.
danger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. It's interesting. Like I will say, even in my experience at Myers Inn, which I say to go, but at the same time, if I had a kid, not taking them.
Okay. Yeah.
Not taking them. If I had a little cousin, if I was babysitting for like somebody, and they're like, you just go hang out Halloween. If I'm not going to Myers Inn with them. And
Why's
so
that?
I think it's just interesting the way things work, but it's like the older you get, the more you feel like you can be exposed to without it having a lot of effect on you.
Yeah.
And so it's like one of those deals. When I was there last night, there was just some, I can't lie, some creepy clown guys. Like
Yeah.
there was this one dude, and I was talking to him. He was actually really cool. He came up to me, he was all up in my face, and I was like, hey man, I said, how much you pay for this fit? Like this was a crazy clown outfit. He paid somewhat over $200
Wow,
just to
just
wear
for
this
that.
thing, but it was creepy, like genuinely.
Yeah.
Was it
And
tough?
Oh yeah, it looked really cool. Like, we had conversations after that. He was he was a cool guy, but it's one of those deals where if I had a kid, and there were middle schoolers and elementary schoolers running all around this place, my son or daughter wouldn't be here. And
Yeah.
so it's interesting because it's like I have no issue with going. Scary movies, different story. But haunted houses and like that real experience, I don't have an issue. But
Different as in like you don't watch horror movies?
yeah,
Sorry,
what do
I
you
didn't know what you
mean?
meant by that.
yeah, in the sense of like there's certain movies that once they start to get into that eeriness,
Okay.
demonic
Yeah,
and
yeah,
spiritual
absolutely.
heads cut off, count me out.
I 100% agree with that. That's
And
why,
so-
like, I don't watch. When I say I watch like scary movies and stuff, I like thrillers, like stuff that's like kind of like that, like anticipation. I can't even think of one off the top of my head, but I do remember I watched one. And I'm not gonna say the name of the movie, but at the end, it like made this big reveal at the end of the movie that the whole thing was like a Satan worship. And I felt like so like at the end, like the final like thing of the movie before the credits rolled in was this guy that said "Hail Satan," and then the movie just cut to black.
Nah, bro.
And I remember watching that.
I'd be scared to my draws.
And I was watching it with Isaac, and I literally was like, "All right, turn it off." I was like, "That's why I'm like, I don't even want to say the name of the movie because I'm like, I don't even want to like, whatever." Because I do think there is, and that's the thing with you said. Like, I think there's a difference between like I like to. I like to. My kids want to dress up, then we will get candy, and I'm going to do that for them. And I like to watch like a thriller, but there is, I think, there's a line, and maybe I don't know where the line is right now because I'm still like learning it. But there's 100% a line that we have to look at as Christians, where it's even the same like sense when Paul talks about in 1 Corinthians, like we have the right to do anything. Like you can do anything,
Everything is
but not
everything is beneficial.
Exactly. And even in the same way, it's like I look at that verse, and I also look at the verse about like even meat sacrificed to idols, where it's like what's going to cause my brother and sister to sin. Or at least just cause them to kind of slip and stumble, and they're gonna see me partaking in something and go, "Whoa, I didn't know. Are we allowed to do like?"
Yeah.
So that's just the one thing I think. Like that's why, like personally, I don't go to haunted houses because I don't really know where I stand on it. But also just because like there's something that I'm like, I don't really know if I want to go. Like I don't know if I need to go. You know?
Yeah. I think that's another thing. Like kind of even the whole point of like the run differently. I mean, aspect of it all is like we're called to be set apart from the world, and we all are set to run a race, and it's just like something that, I don't know. I mean, I'm feeling like a conviction right now, like of just like, is it even worth going just because like you said, I mean, if other people see us like going like as Christians, they're like, oh, these guys are Christians, they're doing everything that we're doing. And it's just like, well, we're not worshiping it, we're not like glorifying it. It's just like
we're entertained.
Yeah, we're entertained by
Respect,
it.
I mean,
and so
at
it's
the heart
just
of it.
it's interesting.
Yeah.
But you don't want to fall into that like legalistic
Exactly.
mindset of it all.
Which I will say, it's interesting because again, like again, some people feel a deep conviction. It's like I
Like your grandparents.
right,
Right,
like,
okay.
will not partake in any of
Absolutely
this.
not. Yeah.
But what's crazy is when I went last night, I had a couple instances, 2 or 3, where it wasn't a like sharing the gospel with somebody moment. But so it's crazy. I wore just a black Ozark Christian College crew neck and had multiple conversations. A kid was a clown in the middle of this walk because it was like a hotel. And like, or he was something, it was, I can't even remember. I was in shock. I was getting scared left and right. But this kid, as we're walking through, he looks at me and he's like, I know you. And so it's like, I'm like, no, you don't.
No, you
Like,
don't.
Bro,
Yeah,
if y'all
keep
don't know-
walking.
What?
If
Yeah.
y'all don't know, Caden Neal was like forefront of like CIY,
Yeah.
like
And Pursue event. Yeah.
and Pursue
Okay.
event,
And
like,
what's the other one?
Get
He
away.
went doing this. You're doing.
yeah,
You know,
He's like James
famous.
Harden in 2016.
Listen, I'm just here so I don't get fired.
Dropping
All right.
40.
Yeah. No,
All right, so
which-
the kid knew you.
the kid knew me, and it was just such a weird encounter because like the way we were doing it was like a group of like 7 of us, and we would all switch to who's going first around these corners, and so I went first, and this kid, he's like, tries to scare me, and I'm just like, whatever, get out of my face, and he's like, wait, I know you, and I'm like, what? Like, who are you? Like, and I'm like trying to tell this kid take his mask off, and he's like, no, I've seen you somewhere. You go to Hope City, which is a church here in Joplin. And I was like, yeah, I do. He was like, you did a CIY, didn't you? And I'm like, yeah, I did. And so like there's just these weird encounters in spaces that a lot of people would say I don't belong in or I shouldn't be. There was another kid who was a freshman at a high school, Carthage, and he came up to me and we were all just kind of standing, hanging out, and he came up to me and was like, yo, which I got to give a little bit of the story. So one of our friends who went with us to the haunted house, he's a dwarf. And so he's short, and he was standing on a chair because everybody was staring at him. And this is just such a side note, but he was standing with his phone on his head saying, because everyone just kept staring at him, these kids, these parents, people were taking pictures of him. And so he stood on a bench, and he had on his, he just like little, on Snapchat, he typed in and then made it big. He said, yes, I'm a dwarf, $5 or $1 pictures. Or it was something like that. And he made like $15.
That's
No
sick.
People would
way.
just come up to him and say, can I get a picture? And whatever. But this one kid, he came up to me, he was like, yo, you go to Ozark Christian College? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, bro, I've been interested in that school. And then we had a whole conversation, met all of our friends. I said, hey, meet these guys. I go to school with them. We all live in the same dorm. And he's like, I've been interested in ministry. I went on a camp, this and that. I've been talking to my mom. And so what I find interesting is like, again, I think this is one of those issues where it's all about conviction, what the Holy Spirit is convicting you about. Because I don't know that you have to be careful when you start to what is sin and what is not. Like you got to be
absolutely.
real. You know, you got to be careful how you go about what is and what isn't sin. But it's just interesting because though I didn't feel the conviction to be there, it was also followed by multiple conversations, just small encounters. I mean, I got to encourage this kid. He said he wants to go on a tour to Ozark. Would not have seen him had I not been in the middle of this haunted, Myers Inn waiting room. And so it's interesting because it's just so different from everybody and they're approaching it differently.
That's true. And it's just also like about being like the difference maker. Like, and you can like definitely take this away out of context. I'm not trying to take this away out of context, but just in the way that you were like there for him, like while you were in a place where like other people wouldn't go, like you still were the light in that place.
Yeah.
And so that's like interesting.
Oh yeah,
Interesting
true. I was trying to be everything about the light, man. I walked in there and I was about to get to rebuking some stuff. It was crazy. I'm talking. They was cutting up, and I mean they did a good job.
You think you'd go back?
Ooh, probably not.
Do you think you should have gone to begin?
Ooh.
I'm just genuinely curious what you like, because I haven't been to one, so I don't really know what goes on there.
Yeah.
But I'm curious what you think.
Would I go back? I think there's a lot of that goes into it. I think I would go back for the sake of the bonding moment that I had with my friends. It had less to do with the end. It had more to do with the
fun with your friends.
Yeah, and I genuinely just got to grow closer with those guys. I've been busy all semester, homework, work, just commitments. I mean, like you guys said, I've been, I hosted Pursue, a high school event that's here. I did Getaways, a middle school event. And so there's just been a lot of different things going on. And so like I would go back to something like that for the sake of fellowship and growing with community. But the experience itself, no.
Okay.
Nah.
I got you. Yeah, just a community. That's what I was gonna say because it's like there's probably so many other better options that you could do instead
Yeah.
of like a haunted house. Like I don't know,
Yeah, like even like,
bowling.
but yeah,
Let's go skip rocks.
but yeah, I just think there's such a dangerous line with all that stuff because, and again, I don't really know 100% where I stand on it, but there's just always something about it when it comes to certain things of that nature that I'm like, I just don't think I want to be a part of it. Because even I hear like you say, like I don't know if I'd go back. I just hear going, I don't know if I want to go then.
Right.
You know,
Mm.
and even in the same sense of like, I think I really enjoy like the fun, whimsical aspect of Halloween. I mean, even me and my roommate the other day, we were like playing like Monster Mash and stuff. Like as we were doing homework, and like we bought like a fall candle
Yeah.
that we didn't light because we're not allowed to light those at Ozark.
Right.
We gotta, you know,
don't light your candles at
we just
Ozark.
warm them up. But
Yeah.
You put it on the wax melter.
Yeah.
That's what he
Yeah.
did. He scoops it out.
Yep,
the
yep,
candle.
yep, yep, yep. It was a fall scent, and you know, like I just enjoy like that aspect of it. And I think
Yeah.
like I was talking to my parents, even when I have kids, what?
You don't have a candle. You're good.
Yeah, no,
you're
no.
not in trouble or anything.
No, I don't have a candle at all.
Chad
was-
Ragsdale.
It was just a joke.
We got him.
Imagine he walks in right now. There was this sting operation.
The
I'm
dean
like,
of Ozark
oh
Christian
my
College.
candles. Yeah, this guy's running rampant with his candles.
Cool.
I'm about to throw a lot of people under the bus if I'm getting in trouble with candles.
I'll tell you what.
What was I talking about? My kids that I don't have, that I hope to have.
This guy's about to shout out his girlfriend at this point. Shout out Jessica, guys.
Shout out.
Shout out Jessica.
All right.
Anyways, my future kids, I think I'm gonna allow them to partake in all the things that my parents let me do, which is dressing up. But even like the same thing, like my parents were maybe like a middle ground between like your way off family that was absolutely not. You were wearing a bloody mask. My
Hey, I didn't grow up
Okay.
in the face. So
I was about to say my parents would have been like,
it was like 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
they're not even Catholic, but they would have brought holy water. They would have been whatever.
Yeah.
You know, so like that's what I'm like. I think if my kids want to have fun with it, then sure, we can go have fun with it. But I think there's also like the clear understanding of, hey, this is like there are parts of this that like we don't put up with. I think what's crazy is I've heard this one argument on social media. It's kind of the same, not in the same realm, but the same understanding of like Christmas. How when you explain to your kids, like I've seen parents go like, we don't tell them about Santa. But
Talking
we
about Jesus.
we tell them about Jesus, and then if they hear about Santa, we can go, oh, that's just the fun character of Christmas, and that's just something fun that we do.
Yeah.
So we're not losing. Now again, totally different because this is a religious holiday compared to just kind of a fun thing.
Right.
But I think we can still handle it in the same way where I think like to kids and to younger people, even to ourselves, just go, hey, there are aspects about this that we don't partake in, and we refute, and we go, we don't play any part of that. But we're actually going to highlight some of the more fun, like whimsical, innocent aspects of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I would agree on that. Like the Christmas aspect of it all. Just like who doesn't love giving their kids gifts? Like, you know what I mean? Who doesn't love gathering around a nice, I don't know, Christmas tree and just, I mean, singing like hymns. I mean, I don't know. I feel like them Catholics, you know, they just be getting into it. But
Go crazy.
yeah, man, I don't know. You guys have anything else left to?
I just think it's so interesting. Like the Halloween, all of it.
I never realized it was this deep until I got older. Truthfully,
Dude,
Yeah.
You know,
and maybe that's part of it too.
I feel like we just know. No, I feel like the only reason why, like, I don't know. I think there's like a revival going on in America right now, but like, it's like America's just like made it like, or the world's just made it like like normal, like to go and like do these things for so long, and like now everybody's seeking truth and everyone wants to know.
And maybe some red flags are popping up for people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I do believe in like witches and like all that stuff, and like I mean, you just can't like say.
Lord, yes.
I was in Africa this summer, dude. Oh my god, that's a story for another time. But like, dude,
Yeah. No, I
Like,
believe in demons. I believe in absolutely.
America, like, definitely like Hollywoods it, like makes it look like it's just like only in like movies and stuff, and it's like, nah, bro, there's a world you don't even understand.
Absolutely.
Bro. And so like this is like,
And that's why I'm so cautious to play with it, because I go, I don't understand this stuff, so why would I even dabble?
Yeah.
That's why I don't watch horror movies that have demons in it. That's why, truthfully, I probably wouldn't go to a haunted house just because I'm like, I don't really know what's going on there, so I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to walk up to that house with a demon in the yard, you know?
Yeah. We had like, and I'm not like trying to, I'm just going to say how it was. Like, I never played with the Ouija board or anything like that. Like, I do believe
I did
like
once when I was in middle school, though,
like demonic
Yeah.
powers to that.
Boy.
But it was like, dude, I had
stupid.
a buddy that was like heavy in the faith. And like, or he wasn't like heavy in the faith. He was just like, I mean, walking in the faith. And at the time, I wasn't. I was in high school. This dude was like petrified of like the Ouija board.
Yeah.
Like we just, I mean, it was just a board. We didn't even have like the triangle. We weren't even playing it. But I would like sit it outside of his room like to mess with him when he walked out.
Yeah.
Dude wouldn't leave the room, bro. Like he was tripping. But it's like now I see him like, bro, I don't even want to touch that.
Yeah.
Thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just like, it's pretty, it's crazy, dude. Just the way that the world like normalized that. Cause like, I mean, you look at movies and stuff and it's just like this, a Ouija board is just a fun game. Like,
Yeah.
and it's just, it's not, dude.
Or it's like there's like a person like demon possessed, or like I even think like the
Yeah.
movie The Conjuring. I remember I used to try to make the argument to my dad, hey, at the end of the movie, like Jesus wins, right? Because they get the demon out. And he's like, then why do they have to make 4 other movies? I'm like, all right, all right. So
yeah,
that's interesting.
You know, I binge watched 3 of them in high school.
Bro, they're good.
I watched
legit.
all of them.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, aren't they like all like based off of like
And they're all based off true stories.
true events.
Yeah,
Which
but-
again, but I also look at that and go, man, if that's a true story,
And obviously they like send like
100%.
but like still like that's still like some like
Yeah.
again,
Man.
I think I don't know, wrap it.
dude.
Just to be like, you got to be just so much more cautious.
I was talking with a
Yeah.
guy that was out in he was in South Asia this summer. Bryson Abrili, he was in South Asia and he said like there was like a demon possessed woman just running through like the streets and stuff and like and it just kind of sparked the question like dude, like you look at the Bible, like you read the New Testament, like they have the authority to cast out demons and stuff and it's like dude, if I seen a demon possessed man right now, like I don't know how I would act. But this Bryson was telling me like dude, like this girl like came running after him. He just stood like he wasn't in fear, but he was like, "What the heck do I do?"
Yeah.
And like just stood there and like I guess like his like, and I'm leaving out a bunch of part of the story.
I was
but-
about to say, you know,
but-
my gut reaction is a
Swift,
1-2
right.
punch.
That's a swift.
Whoa.
Nah. But he said like his leader just stepped in the way and was like no, like just screamed at him no, and the lady just stopped and then took off running the other way, and it was just like man,
Dude,
like
that's crazy.
Yeah, and I think, but to use that experience that like actually happened, why would you want to play it then?
yeah.
Like, why would you want to like delight in something that's like a make believe of that real life scenario?
Yeah. So then why do we go into haunted houses? You know, like it's the make believe of like
Yeah, Caden, why do we go in haunted houses, man?
You know, I would call my mom and tell her about this weekend experience, but I'm gonna hear everything from her because, like, she agrees with you guys. Like,
Hey, I'm optimistic. I'm like I went before.
you see both sides.
Yeah, I see both sides.
Matt,
And-
my mom would agree a lot with like your view, and then she would go so far as to say any of those experiences, there's something demonic
Yeah.
there, and that's because of again her personal experience. My mom's a nurse; she works in the ER.
Like-
she's
Oh,
been
yeah.
in
Like even
medical.
Halloween, you said any experience, like even just like Halloween in general,
Halloween, if
trick or treating.
if it's scary and it
Okay.
gives some sense of if it makes her uneasy,
Okay.
she's already in tune with Holy Spirit. What is this from? And it's
Yeah.
because of her experience. She's worked in the ER. She
so
she has this whole just everything. And so I say all that to say, why did I go to that haunted house? You know, who knows?
yeah.
But it was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I get you. I don't know. And I think at the end of the day, I mean, you just got to draw the conclusion. If it's something that convicts you, I don't think that it's something that you should go to. If it's something that you feel would lead a brother astray, like Matthew was saying, don't go. Yeah, I mean, obviously we're not one to judge. We're not the one who calls the final shots or anything like that. But we're just trying to just share with you guys what we think. And I guess I'll tell you where I stand. I'm optimistic about it. I cling to the scripture of like we're supposed to live set apart from the world, and so that's why I wouldn't go. But I do have a desire to go. So like if it was like like I want to, like I love the thrill.
Yeah.
Where do you stand, Matthew?
Yeah, I think similar to you. I just think for me personally, I would not go.
Yeah. You know, I went yesterday. Don't know if there's much to say
Yeah.
about it. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm trying to be different. And so,
Yeah.
again, I respect both sides, and I have no pushback to either, point. Because,
Yeah.
again, I just went just to go.
Yeah. And I think, like, again, ultimately, I'm not going now because I'm afraid of like any demonic force. It's just the same that verse that just rings in my head of like, what am I doing compared to the world? What am I called to be as a Christian? That's just the only thing.
Yeah. This is the Run Differently podcast, guys, and this is our very first episode, other than the pilot episode of just us introducing what we're doing here. But yeah, shoot us any questions. We're gonna have it on the Instagram and stuff. We'll put something together. And you guys can reach Matthew's personal phone number, which is
Whoa. You don't even know it.
I don't know it. But yeah, I mean, just DM one of us on Instagram. Yeah, Kaden Neal's Instagram.
I ain't saying nothing.
Matthew Wolf's Instagram, my Instagram. Just DM us any questions or something you guys would want us hear us talk about. But yeah, Run Differently. Love you guys.
See ya.
Deuces.
Bro, the video recording, like the file, ended, like, ran out of storage, like, right there whenever I said, like, this is the Run Differently. Like, and it just stopped.